Yeah, so Teams is fun. I don't know. I seem to have the most success just in terms of like placement and having fun when I team with the Pokemon. So, like, it's
That's awesome.
yeah, like Jigglypuff and Pikachu. They seem to be my vibe. I don't understand it, but
With
whatever.
with Falco.
With anyone, like I think me and OG Kid got like the same placing I got this year with SRM. I think we got
That's amazing.
33rd. We got 33rd with Nestpuff, and then we got me and SRM got 33rd with Falco Puff.
Yeah. They called you a Nest main on stream. I don't remember if it was Radar or Ipengu. Somebody did. And I was like, I don't think that's true anymore.
Yeah, it's more Bird these days. He's more interesting. Like
Bird is a word.
Ness is cool, but you gotta do what you want. You gotta follow what. When you realize that something is like pulling you, and it's like you're more, in your heart, you're more interested in it.
You follow your heart.
Exactly.
Coach, quickly, I just paid you like 10 minutes ago.
I saw that.
Yeah.
No worries. We're squared. We good. So let's focus on you though, because
Hi.
How are things going? Like, what have you been working on? Like, what sorts of things, and how have you been playing lately?
So actually, something I thought of doing over the weekend was I want to do more VOD review, because I think like I said, like I think just like playing is not doing much. I think just kind of, and I think sometimes the things that we've talked about, sometimes stuff we talked about, 6 months ago, I've forgotten a little bit, so I have to remind myself certain things, as kind of I plan stuff. I think I've played fine. I think that it's I'm not any, it's the same, right? I'm kind of in the same place. So I think I should do more VOD review.
Sure.
I think that would help. I think at least if I do it like once a week, where I pick a few matches or maybe a different character every week, and I just kind of do some review. Maybe
Yeah, do like a deep dive.
Yeah, just to like see like where my game is going wrong. I haven't played ranked in a bit,
I love it.
because I was playing a lot, but then just up and down. I just played a grandmaster, and apparently I won 3 games. That's crazy. I just checked right now.
Oh, what was their code?
POUN #899.
Okay.
That was crazy because they were cooking. I actually won the last 2 games, and I actually clutched out the stadium game. They were Fox. It was Fox Marth. I actually won the Marth game, and then they won. So I played right before we got, literally, like I was finishing the match. I just wanted to rank check because I thought they were pretty good. I didn't think they'd be this good. So you know what? It's kind of funny like that, where I can, and I actually didn't even think I played particularly like well. I thought I played solid. I actually thought I was a little slow, but I thought that like my ideas were good for the most part.
Do you want to take a look at those matches?
Yeah. What do you think we should look at? There was a Marth game that I won, and then there were 1, 2, 3, 4 Fox games that we split 2-2.
Let's look at the Fox games. Send me all the Fox games, and we'll take a look at the stats so we can figure out what we're looking for.
Okay then. So I'm on that. So 1, 2.
For what it's worth, just sidebar. I think that this is a good move, what you are doing here, because it is a change from what we normally do. And like, if you find that you're stuck, usually that suggests that there's something about our method that needs to be looked at. So
yeah, I think so. I think that I think it's funny that I know that I've improved as a player, even though like I haven't improved like in results or whatever, but I know I've gotten better. And I think the last time I did that was when I said, okay, well, I'm really going to dedicate some time to grinding out float out of shield aerials. And I think that has really helped me. I think it's just given my defense a different dimension, and I feel way more comfortable in shield. So yeah. So I think that there was a change, and I think VOD review and grinding certain things on Uncle Punch. I don't know what exactly I'll grind in Uncle Punch, but I should grind certain things. I have to decide what. Probably shield drop. I think shield drop is something I should learn how to do. I don't think it's as important with Peach as it is with other characters, but I think it's still like like shield drop, like off getting hit. Like I can shield drop like just with platform movement, but not, just not like standing on a platform and shield and stuff. So I think I should probably practice that.
For sure. So you can see my screen right now, right?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
So this game to me is the FD game we would definitely want to look at. The reason I say the FD game is because it's very different than the other games. So like
yeah, I got bodied.
Yeah, so like let's look at some of the numbers here, because I think that you're like a sports guy, so like the stats are important. So the main one that everyone cites is openings per kill, like that, and that is an important metric, but there's more to it than that, in my opinion. What I would say here is defense. So like roll, air dodge, spot dodge. Like Peach has pretty solid options in these positions, and like air dodging is one of the main ways that she makes it back to the stage when she doesn't want to like commit to the up B because of like her weird double jump, you know what I mean? So something I would kind of like keep an eye out for is what happens when we have like what are the distributions of these? Like do we see any pattern? Do we see anything here that stands out as kind of weird? The other thing I'd say is where is it? Opening conversion rate. So like it's not openings per kill is useful, but I'd say conversion rate is also useful because what it indicates is like just how when we're following up on our hits. It is not it's not perfect. OPK is still generally better, but it's worth seeing if we're getting lots of strays. No, it's worth seeing if we're getting like strays that are connecting to things or whether we're not getting strays that are connecting to things. Because even if you can take like a hit and turn it into an additional hit, even if it doesn't lead to a kill, we want to be efficient with our like damage.
Absolutely.
So with that out of the way, let's launch this thing and see what happened, because this is the only game where you look completely lost based on the numbers. So I want to see what went into that. Interesting roll. Do you think that was just a movement error?
No, I tried. I run it back.
Yeah, so like you do float dare into fair, and then you roll forward.
Yeah, movement error.
Movement error? What do you think we were trying to do?
Can you run that back?
Absolutely. Let's slow it down. So like, I just want to know what you think that the wave dash, like what you think like the roll was supposed to be.
Maybe a wave dash?
I think that's based on how the inputs are organized. Yeah, I would say that wave dash makes the most sense. What do you like in terms of what was intended? Do you think wave dashing there makes sense though?
No, because they're in the corner, right? And they're dash dancing in the corner without real estate, so no.
Okay. So what do you think would be a better choice in this spot then?
I actually think float, nair, in place is nice. I think calling out a full hop, although like they're at a low percent, so like up air and won't knock down or anything, but like still calling out a full hop with nair or float nair in place, I think is good.
So how would you do this nair?
I actually don't think. Wave dash forward. I probably was gonna wave dash forward jab.
Gotcha. So how would you do that? Like if you're gonna do that, you might as well just like float into them, because like the float aerial is gonna be lower lag anyway. So so this all makes sense. What if Fox is at 0? Do we necessarily like what do we do if like what are our options if he moves around us? Because what I'm thinking here is like you're saying that you like I get the impression that you want to like jump up and meet him in the air, basically. Like you're trying to do this or play at a float height around here and basically like body check him for like entering this kind of zone or like.
What I'm saying now is I just think like float in place nair like on the ground, like ground float nair. So yeah, like looking at it here, like I think that's a good play. And if they full hop, I guess that doesn't really cover a full hop, but it does cover the ground.
You don't really lose to it, but like it doesn't really cover it. Like he basically goes up here and can come down. So
yeah, but then I can still like wave dash back. And if they full hop drill, you know, that's a wave dash back, down smash, or wave dash back, dash attack. Although I probably don't think dash attack is very safe there. So
okay, so let me ask you something. If that's the case, if we're basically doing this Nair because it covers a space and like it allows us to like control an like cover him running forward, like sprinting.
Yeah, well, like
basically.
to be clear, like I think that Nair there is good to keep him in the corner and control space. And I guess what you're saying is that it forces an option, which is full hop.
Well, no, what I was gonna say is I don't see why we're committing at all here. To me this looks like a spot to dash dance.
Okay.
Yeah, because like it still gives it. Because if we dash dance instead, right? Like we're more set up to be able to like deal with this full hop, and we can basically pull out the Nair. Like he's kind of far away from us anyway.
I think running shine there is difficult to deal with. It's a pretty quick burst of speed. Yeah, I think it'd be pretty fast if that were me.
Okay.
I think like running shine would be kind of scary there.
Okay, so if he running shines, what do you do instead? Like, because remember, dash dancing isn't like a commitment. It's just like it's more of a setup. So like, if we're dash dancing and we see him running after us, like running at us with shine, like for running shine, like.
I think the move there is to dash attack the fox dashing at me. I think sometimes I'll try to down smash it because I know that they're trying to running shine. So I'll try to down smash the dash, knowing that they're trying to. And a lot of times I think that foxes are trying to like just on hit they hold down like for dash attack or just anything really at that percent. They'll try to ASDI. So I like, which I admit that I don't think that that's like a good part of my game. I think that that's a little bit of like a hope and pray that they make a mistake kind of thing. But that's something I would do here. If they are dashing at me to do dash attack. But I think sometimes like the kind of the burst short hop is really quick. I guess it all happens so quick. It's kind of hard to discern. At least for me, that's something I have difficulty doing. It's like because I know like the coverage option for something like short hop drill and running shine are really different. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess they're not really different, but they're different. And that happens so quickly that I have difficulty kind of like discerning that in real time. And I think that's like a really big problem I have in the game in general, but this matchup in particular.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So I think you need to learn your spacings better. So something I want to point out is that like look at like the pathway, look at the arc that he travels, right? So he like turns he basically turns at this point. Which is
where Peach is.
Which is what I've tried to indicate here. So he like turns here and like this is where his and this is kind of like the range of his attack motion, right? So what I would say here is if you're dash dancing, you have the ability to like because you can just turn around and go the other way as you see him coming at you. That's the plan. Like we're gonna move towards the spot where he can hit us, and then we're gonna move away from it if we see him coming at us, or if we're just not sure what's going on. There is nothing wrong with creating a dash away as a reaction point to like assess the situation if you're not certain about something. Totally fine. So the idea here is like we're advancing into his territory, then we're moving out of his territory, and if he bites, then we like go into our then we probably like sub float back air or something and hit him.
Okay.
Or we can dash attack him, or we can grab him. Like we have a lot of options out of this maneuver because we're just teasing. Like this is really where all the magic happens. We're just teasing the edge of that.
Would you say the percent here plays into that decision to dash dance?
Yeah, of course, because we want grab, we want aerial into down smash. We want things that like connect to, like we want things that are going to be impactful here, and
because we've talked about similar situations, not at zero. And like some of the stuff you told me was okay, like let's hold space here. And I guess one of the things I have difficulty doing is when do I do stuff like that and when do I hold space? So I think it probably comes down to like percent and game state, which is something that I have to work on acknowledging, within the flow of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess kind of plays into our lesson of like, okay, like what are they looking at for this percent? Right, Fox is looking for short hop drill, running shine, grab. Right, those are what Fox is looking for at these low percents. So yeah. I have to kind of think about that while, okay, this is my game state. This is what I have to do. So it's kind of like building off previous lessons and.
Yeah, so like subfull aerial to either. Like these are the things that we're generally like detilt. These are like these are usually the things that like we're looking for in general when the opponent's like super low, and most of these are on the ground. Like this, like fair is kind of the odd one out here.
I like being on the ground against Fox for that reason, because I like having access to those things.
No, absolutely.
And CC. I like CC so huge in this matchup.
For sure. And like I think that when we look at this like territory that he's moving, the other thing here is that like you're saying you're not sure what option he's going to go for, but the cool thing here is that because of the things he wants at this damage, since you're at 8, are things like shine, they're things like grab, drill. Like all of those things basically hit in the same relative area. Like if he does running shine and tries to do it as soon as possible, like coming over here, it's going to hit around where his feet are. Same thing with his dash jump cancel grab. It'll be a little bit further back, like it won't be quite as far forward, it'll be here. But like it's still basically this blob of space, which is exactly what our dash dance is playing around. See what I mean? Like this, like we had it in second, there's another opportunity for this right here. Like you do this fair, and then because we stay in the fight, and you try to attack him after that, but he's already coming forward with more off with his own like.
I tried a dash attack, and F smash came out. Is what happened.
Right, but what I'm saying is, even if you had dash attacked, the dash attack isn't going to beat that downer timing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because like you're gonna go forward. Like you would basically be moving into him, and the hitbox would not be out quite yet. Like this.
No, I know what beats that is dash back and wave dash back. Like an option like that.
Yeah.
Not if it was nair, a dash attack would win at short hop nair. But yeah, so.
Right, but like this is what I mean by like by dash dancing into like that sort of like sub float aerial or dash attack or grab or whatever like that we kind of that we're kind of like playing with at this.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
My point is it checks both of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like we are using our spacing to eliminate the need for like micro guesses.
Yeah.
Because it's just like it's all covered. Okay, so this is a minor thing. Okay, so you get
What's fair, I think.
Yeah, that was exactly it. It's just fair there, don't nair. Because he's above Peach, he's around Peach's head height, so nair doesn't hit there.
You've told me that a lot, and that's something I have to recognize better when to nair and when to fair. I think I just get scared of illusion, so I preemptively fair. But I have to. Kind of be disciplined and know, okay, we'll look out for the sound, things like that.
Mm-hmm. So this is an interesting spot too. So like this, to me,
I laughed at in real time. I was like, oh, well, cool.
You had the right idea. Honestly, this is just a micro spacing thing. So you never want to float at the height of the up tilt. You see how like he can hit you with the up tilt even if you didn't like fall, if you just came forward or got close to him, he can hit you.
I agree.
You're just too low. Like that's just height thing.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the big theme here though is going to be that like we're not using our dash dance effectively. Okay, so here we go. So like this is probably
that happens which is why I don't do it a lot. Like something like that happens a lot.
Okay. This is good.
That's a full hop. Yeah.
Right, so what we have here is, you're getting ready to turn for another dash dance, aren't you? Like, look at the motion and tell me if you think that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right, so what we have here is, this is a recognition thing. So
I have to just keep going.
Yeah, exactly. So like Peach, when I say dash dancing, and this might be like a communication thing on my end, but like...
No, I get... Yeah, go.
What I was going to say is, like, dash dancing is, like, what we use to like, kind of, like, be non-committal, like, or, like, move in a non-committal way and, like, kind of feel out the opponent's options, but it transitions well into other, like, forms of ground movement. So, like, here we would just want to keep going and run. Like, we'd want to keep going and enter run. Because he's drilling... and he has definitely hit you with drill on this stock as well. Well, on his stock as well. You could also just shield grab. Like, you could also shield and shield grab it. It's like, you know, you have to be perfect, but, like, it technically works if he's staled his down air at all.
It's a pretty tough move to shield grab. For me personally, it's why I don't do it.
Right, but, like, it's...
Especially from the back. I know that she has the butt grab, but it's a little tough. I think also being in shield from behind has been a little tough for me.
True, but you can see that he's going forward. Like, so what I mean is, like, you don't shield here, you would shield further back. So, like, here, so it would be here. So, like, you wouldn't be moving forward anymore, you would just be blocking right now.
Yeah.
So then, like, he's gonna land in front of you because he's going over you. So, like, this is... I still think this is not my preferred solution to this. Because, again, like you pointed out, it is a tough timing. Like, we want to mitigate the amount of, like, hard stuff we have to do. But I think here, we're if you're going to be, like, feeling him out, we're getting a little too close to him. If you're gonna get that close, I think that you kind of want to swing.
I also think that you can, like, the second he full hops, I can, well, can you run it back? There's no way I would have been able to react to that. I was like, I could have just kept going to ledge and then hit him from behind, but I think that happens a little too quickly to...
You could do that. So how that would work, how that would look is that, so like here, so this movement, when you see him like...
Wave dash.
Well, what I would say is you just dash the other way here.
Yeah, I could. When I recognize that he's at the apex of his jump, you know, I could.
Yeah. So, like...
I could do that and you know, dash attack at that percent leads to chain grab, you know.
Yeah, like, he's moving away from us, so it's probably gonna not be... He's probably gonna DI it pretty well because he's moving away from us, but the point is that, like, you're basically, like... Fox is moving down in, like, a trajectory that is going to look something like this. Like, we don't know exactly where it is because he's, you know, he's got his drift, like, some amount of drift on this.
Yeah, the drift, yeah.
So, but, like, it's gonna be somewhere in this general area. So really all we're doing with Peach here is we're just, like, moving her, like, we're just taking her away from this zone because it's not good for us, and we're just moving her over here. And then as he starts falling, that's when we hit him. Like, so no, your idea works. This is a good idea. Like, I'm pretty sure that this is, like, something I see Laud and, like, the others do, like Laud and, like, Triff and such, like, do, like, somewhat regularly. It's a really good play. But yeah, it's just a recognition thing. You have to, like, see when you have to recognize that, like, this, like, we have to get out of this. Like, we have to get out of this.
Get out of the cone. Yeah, I'm from Florida, so you know the hurricanes. With the, I don't know if you know this, but the hurricane path is designated by a cone.
Oh, I didn't know that. So, like,
yeah, they have like a prediction cone of, like, this is where the hurricane could feasibly go based off the model. So I'm in the cone of danger.
Yeah, exactly. Wonderful. You know, I've been using the cone to describe Falco's fall area, but I'm gonna start using that for other characters too, because this is perfect. So yeah, like, we're in the cone of danger. We don't want to be in the cone of danger. The cool thing about the cone, though, is that you can kind of tell where it's gonna go based on how he takes off. So, like, yeah, like, when he full hops, there's certain spot, and, like, you won't always, if you're gonna be conservative here and, like, try to not get hit, then, like, there's certain zones that are going to be, like, difficult for you to punish, but you also won't get hit. So, like, that's the big thing. I think that what happens with what I'm seeing here is we're kind of, like, taking risks to try to just, like, force something, or, like, see what we can, or, like, see if we can, like, make him, like, catch him slipping. But, like, we don't, but this guy's good. Like, whoever he is, he's solid. Again, this is another spot where, like, because we, like, didn't get the fair out on our way down, which just happens, like, this is another spot where, like, dash dancing would be really good. The jabs work out, but, like, again, you can see that there's so many opportunities for us to just, like, use our dash dance. So, like, here, what I would say here is, I think that something that is tripping you up with dash dancing is that the character model is not, like, perfect. The character model has a shape to it, and it looks like you have trouble, like, working with that when they're, like, close to you sometimes. So I would say that, like, remember, like, look at how she moves when she dashes, because you're gonna dash in a moment. Okay, never mind. Never mind. bad moment.
Out of shield.
Once we'll have a dash at some point. Okay, here we go. So like, let's go back just a smidge. So when you dash, you see how like she doesn't like move, like bolt forward right away. There's like a bit of her leg that is still hanging out here. So like this is important, I think. Like this kind of like recognition is important because a lot of times when you get hit, it's because you're getting hit like here.
Yeah, like they're clipping the end of the dress.
Right. So what's the solution to that? Like what does that mean that we're doing?
Going too late?
Yeah, we're just dashing away from them slightly too late.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of stuff in my play is like I was a frame or two short on doing things, so
yeah,
something I keep in mind.
Yeah, so like this is just like with Peach's dash, we just got to go a little sooner when we're moving away from people. That was perfect. You see what I mean? You see the difference, right? Like just in how it looked compared to the other one. Like, we didn't get the punish, but, like, you also, like, forced Fox to play in a scrap next to you after things happened, which is really good. So, like, yeah, it's not so bad. Like, even, like, the wonderful thing about Peach is that even when she doesn't get direct punishes, the scrap situations that people, like, enter by missing next to her, when she, like, misses her float cancel, like, if they miss their aerial and you miss your float cancel, you are still coming
like,
out
right
with
there,
mm-hmm.
that clip on the drill is exactly what you were talking about a second ago with the dress.
Yeah.
Like, literally right there.
Exactly. We just gotta go slightly sooner. That is it. It really is that simple. He's gonna try to shine it, this asshole. No, never mind. That's a timing thing, so, like... One thing about ASD, about like counter hits with like this, so you see like when do you think you're actionable? Like let's watch this. Tell me when you think you are actionable when you get hit. Mm-hmm. So you get hit here. Hit lag, cool. So 1. Do you think we are or no?
I don't think so. Are we? I don't, that's a good. I don't know the answer. Probably now.
Yeah, because she entered crouch.
Yeah.
So it would be on that frame.
So that I gotta mash, and then I have what is it, 4 frame startup?
So what do you mean you gotta mash?
Like mash C-stick down. Like I'm trying to, because he's fast falling. So
we don't have to. Like we have so much time. We have like so. When do you think? What do you think the window is for getting this down smash?
Probably
so
like 6 frames.
So let's count it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's like, so let's count how many he's gonna do. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so he has 9. So he's in the air traveling for 9, and we hit on 5. Should be a 4 or 5 frame window. I don't think you have to like mash for that. I don't think you have to mash for that. I would actually. Do you normally just like? Do you normally mash?
On something like that, yeah. Like if I'm holding C-stick down on like a nair like that, I sometimes, yeah.
Okay, so you're crouching here, which means that
I think I do try to down smash here, right?
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to figure out what your form is like, and like what's going on to like cause us to miss this timing, because like you look ready for this, and you
like I tried to, like that was my I was just late, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the other thing is that could have been really chunky. That could have been at least two or 3 hits on the down smash.
Yeah, like or you pop him into the corner if he DIs up.
Yeah.
And you have a tech chase.
It's a great I mean, and that's. A down smash at that % is really nice because you don't go too far, so I can get the double jump, or it's kind of nice edge guard. Almost saw it hurt.
So we go for
again clip the dress.
Yep, but we go for too many up airs here. Like you see what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I should have gone for a weak hit or just a nair.
Like this up air is great. What we wanted
or back air into nair. I'm just scared to try that combo. I should practice that.
What do you think? What is it about that combo that like intimidates you?
I just never get it. I just get like the back air just sends them too far, and I never can hit them.
Got it. Is it? Are you getting the strong hit or the weak hit?
You have told me on some occasions that I've got both, and I still can't get it. It's genuinely like I see a lot of pieces to it, and I've tried. I don't think I've ever gotten it. And I don't think that's that hard that somebody at my level should not get that.
Yeah, like that is insane to me. Like,
yeah, I've just literally never gotten it.
Okay, like I swear I'm not trying to make you feel bad when I
No, please.
Oh wait, let me.
We've done this before too, because you've done it and I've seen it, and you've actually gone through it with me when we had a lesson on weak hits.
Yeah.
And you showed me.
Right, but like so humor me. Like so trajectory DI inwards. What percent do you think, if you had to guess it, what percent do you think this will generally work at?
Probably 50 and up.
Yeah, that sounds about
right.
That
might be tight, but you know.
Yeah, so like basically we get this. So we probably have to like up air him or something first. So like maybe actually we'll just do up airs. So like it does work like at that range, but it is like it's not easy to get. It's not easy. Like the hard part of this combo is really just like positioning the back, like positioning for the back air, on the way up. Because like
I think it's hard too with DI coaches, especially like even if they DI out, it's like tough. I think that like I think some of these it's like hard to combo off dash attack if they DI like well.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So like what I have this guy doing,
like, something like that happens a lot. Like what happened to you right there.
So like this, like where they just go too far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I would say on those ones is that, like, you don't, like, so do you usually try to combo towards the edge of the stage or off the stage?
I'm trying to, like, here, I would try to go off.
Okay. So, like, with this combo, like, the big part here is, like, it's just, like, setting up, like, the jump trajectory for this thing. Like, you see what I mean? Like, it's not, like, once I have, like, get her like moving with the move, it's like not that
You've
hard.
done it with strong hits too, like those one that you got 2 strong hits.
Yeah, it's more about the jump trajectory. Honestly, with this combo, like it's more about the jump trajectory than anything.
I wonder if it's that I'm on box, so the angles are more rigid and I don't use a modifier for that jump.
I mean, like I'm just doing like left and right for a lot of these though.
Yeah, I'm looking at your. Yeah, you don't seem to be doing anything.
Yeah, because you don't need to. Like, why would I want to, like, move, like, less forward with Peach? She's already so slow.
Yeah, it's something that I've just always, like, had a hard... Maybe that's something I can grind, too. Like, we talked about what I can grind on Local Punch, and that could be something.
Yeah, so, like, I would say, like, the big thing here is, like, getting used to following their DI. Like, getting used to following their DI with, like, I wonder if I can get that. I can get that, I believe. But, like, getting used to following their DI with your jump movement. So, like, kind of like that. Yeah. You see what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, it's more about, like, how you set up the jump movement itself is, like, more important than anything. So you want to, like, be moving in the direction that you're hitting them as much as you can. Because that's also going to set you up for, like, the ideal edge guard situations, too. So it's just, like, there's no real reason not to do it like that.
Yeah, I would have done another up air on that one.
Yeah, but that's, like, it's mostly just, like... I think that the movement of the jump is something we might want to diagnose. Let's look at another game, though. Because, so, like... Just before we jump into another game, so what are the things that we learned from that FD game that are important that we want to turn into actionables? Because like all of this analysis is great and such, but like if we don't have actual like concrete things that we're taking away, then it's not, it doesn't help us. We need things that we can actually do.
Yeah, using movement to position against full hop, I think is the big takeaway for me on that.
Be specific though. Like using movement can mean like using your
being brought on purpose. Yeah. Like dash dancing against full hop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good because I was thinking about how frustrating it was that I just kept losing a full hop.
Mm-hmm. So using dash dance to So to maneuver, to maneuver around, actually more like to feel out Fox's full hops more safely, without overcommitting as much.
Yeah.
Great. This makes sense. And what's a spot where like this came up a lot? So like there was one move
in the corners.
Right.
When my opponent's in the corner.
And what did we do to initiate? What did we do to initiate when they were in the corner? What do you mean? So like it's not.
How did we get them in the corner?
Not quite. It's more like they're in the corner. So then we do something to establish our footing for the dash dance. It's not like we're just like It's not like we just like appear out of nowhere.
Oh, you're saying that like I go from float fair into dash dance,
there
right?
You go. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not just using dash dance to feel out. Like using dash dance, after landing from float fair, when Fox is cornered, to feel out his full hops without overcommitting, without overextending. So you see how this has become a much cleaner play and a lot more specific as to like when we are using this.
No, and actionable and specific and good. It's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially on FD, which is a stage that I gotta be honest, and I think I don't think it's that easy for Peach on this stage. I think it's like a hard. I mean, you get a lot, but I think it's a tough stage to fight Fox on.
Low key, I kind of agree. Like, the more I see that matchup play out on FD at like top level, I kind of think that like, I feel like FD is bait. I think the good levels versus Fox are probably something like Yoshi's, like Fountain, and like Dreamland probably.
I actually don't like Yoshi's. I prefer to play on Frozen Stadium. As crazy as that sounds, because I think the space is good. And I actually think the platform helps. I just think the lack of top plat is like just really tough for Peach.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I could see it.
Yeah,
it's not as crazy as it.
I think FD's too big, right? Like FD, like I think Fox can just run away too much on that stage.
It's not the landings. Like when you get to kill percent, he can just kind of gamble into your landings a lot. Like and like look like in kill percent is like 80 for him or like 75. And like it's not that.
I gotta be real. I think grabbing Fox is really hard. And I think it's a really tough, and I think unless you have like, I think it pays off if you have like this really crazy punish game. Well, I think you saw even against like a character like Falcon, where Aura didn't take Wizzy back, and I totally agreed with that decision because it's just it can be hard to grab these fast characters that are that don't want to get grabbed, and if you get walled out, it could be pretty difficult to kind of make up that gap, so.
Mm-hmm.
I like FOD. Dreamland's tricky too because I think there are certain people like if a Fox strikes me to Dreamland, I was like, this guy's about to play degenerate as hell, and I'm usually right about that. So I like FOD because I like it small. I think the platforms work well and stuff like that. Not to get too sidetracked, but my favorite stage. And I like Stadium too. Like I don't mind playing on Stadium, Frozen Stadium. I don't know what my win rate is against Spaceys there, but I certainly don't mind. Yoshi's can be a little, especially against Falco. It could be a little precarious.
Yeah, I think Falco and Fox are just different beasts. So the stages that are good versus them are like like against Falco, I think FD is quite good, but I think against Fox it's like
yeah. Against Falco, FD's I don't mind it at all. Against Fox, it's a little harder.
I think it's a lot harder. There's neither here nor there. Let's look at. I think it's important we look at a tri-plat level, so I'll let you choose. Do you want to look at Battlefield or do you want to look at Yoshi's?
We could do Battlefield. The Yoshi's one I kind of got owned for most of that.
I mean, like you took 2 stocks, like can't have been that bad.
This one, oh yeah, I won this one, yeah. Yeah, I got a little stuff there.
That's not a free edge guard from him. Like he can get that, but like it seems like a salty decision or like an emotional decision from him or just like an honor thing. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a tactically good one, but it's not a free like gimp there. I do notice we're getting hit around a lot without much retaliation. So like let's So let's look at this. Like from when we get let back on. So we have this turnip. Okay. So first of all, what are we doing with this turnip? What's our plan here?
I actually so that's poor. Normally I like throwing turnips up to catch jump to top plat. And I think that was just my habit. That's a thing I do a lot. And I think that's what that is it's just a habit manifesting after I double jumped, and I shouldn't have done that. But
we're not looking at the screen here. Like we're not looking at the screen here because like look at where he is. Like when you
my instinct it's just something I do. And by the way, I missed the platform land here, which is why I double jumped.
Okay, gotcha. So let's say we miss this let's say we miss this because that can happen. And we
throwing that down or Z dropping it is a much better play.
Absolutely.
If I'm gonna throw it.
I love that. Like, yeah, absolutely, fully agree. So let's now talk about this this down smash after this back air. So, what do you think is the likelihood of that back air linking to that down smash?
I think this is another scenario of not looking at the screen where I get aerial and I hit C-stick down.
Gotcha. So I don't think the down smash is always wrong here, because to me this is just like we're gonna be actionable at roughly the same time that Fox is. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So knowing that, to me this is just like we should probably be doing like this, there should be a mix-up system here. Because we're both going to be actionable, we both have great buttons, so we should have a plan for like we should have a plan for things like shield. Like it's not like
I think you didn't see the Yoshi's game. I was down smashing a lot, and I thought he did a really good job of playing around that. So I should know that, given the context of the previous games, then I should know that okay, this is a grab because this player is anticipating my down smash.
Okay, so this is where you and I are actually going to differ a little. So I'm not saying that we should have this like figured out because this guy is beating our down smash. I'm saying that against anybody, whether they're beating our down smash or not, we should be like aware that like there is a mix-up system here.
That we should show our hand, sometimes and be like, yeah, hey, this is something I'll do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
because like the thing is that like the down smash in this situation,
you gotta show the option.
Well, so no, don't assume. Just hear me out.
Okay.
There's going to be situations where you don't necessarily want the down smash as much as the other option anyway. Like, in this position, because he's at 16 on Battlefield, sure, the down smash makes a ton of sense. But like, let's say we're in the middle of Dreamland, and he was at like slightly higher. Let's say he's at 28 after getting hit with the weak bear instead. Well, in that situation, I want the grab, because I want to chain grab him as long as I can until he has to go to the platform. The down smash is going to like kind of send him in a weird spot, because at 28 it kind of like hits a little too hard versus some DIs, you know what I mean? And so it's not just a matter of like, it isn't just strictly what they're doing about it, it's also what's good for us. So there's kind of like there's more than one angle for why we want to have a complete system here. The complete system helps us because it does deal with his mix-ups, but it also certain parts of it give us more reward or have other upsides. What do you think? So like we've kind of established that like after hitting like this weak bear, like down smash is something we have like grab, obviously. What else makes sense here for like possible solution, like for a possible like thing to do if we think that he's going to after he lands in this kind of spot, like what else could we do with our landing?
Which I gotta be honest with you, I think those are the two, because we're at such low percent and in that scrap, I guess you could say FC Nair or something. I don't think I'm fast enough, and I think that, I know you've always, everybody says Peach is great in the scrap. I don't think I'm good in the scrap. I think I'm a little slow, and I think that I will just, if I try to do that, I think I'm a little slow, but I understand that the play would be, okay, my aerials are very quick, so let's scrap.
I'm not going to gaslight you and tell you that like your aerials are faster than his. They're not.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But here's Okay, go. Okay, what do you think I'm gonna say?
No, I was gonna say that just like for the theory of it would be the aerial.
No. So what do you explain that? I don't know, and I don't know what that means.
Like theoretically, if I'm talking to theoretically the scrap is helpful because she's fast. Even if I'm not fast, the character, this is what's possible in the situation.
What are her fast moves?
Jab, down smash, grab, and hyper float, nair.
If she's already in the air, I would agree with the nair, because but remember, so I would actually say it's mainly her, on the ground. It's mainly her jab, down smash, and dash attack. Because, these all hit with, you could throw in grab here, too. Grab is fine. Grab is, kind of, standard, so I don't really consider it fast. But maybe that's me being wrong.
What is grab? 9 frames?
7. So this is 5, this is 2, this is 6.
Just like Fox's up smash.
Yeah.
Or when I learned that, I was like, what?
I know. To be fair, grabs kill him, too. So, everyone's got the same kill speed. But,
very funny, yeah.
Yeah, so, here's the thing, though.
Is everybody's grab 7 frames?
There's some exceptions, like Ness and Donkey Kong are 8. Link, the tether grabs are obviously different.
Yeah.
Zelda's obviously different, but it's usually 7, 8.
Okay.
It hits on 7, 8, or 8 and 9.
Nice.
So with that said, though, because we only need to know this one for Peach, 7 to 8. When do you think float nair hits?
Probably frame 5.
If we start from the ground.
Probably frame 5.
So 5 is the jump squad, plus 3 for the nair, plus another one to enter the float. So
is your jump squad 5?
Yeah.
Damn. That was 4.
So this is slower than everything we have here, and this is assuming we're doing it perfectly and not moving as part of the startup.
9.
9 is the bare minimum to get that thing online.
I have a question. Is sub float quicker than just ground float? I think we've talked about this.
It is actually
it's roughly
slower.
Right?
It's slower by a frame because you have to double jump, so it adds 1.
Yeah. That's 10. Okay, that's good to know.
It is good to know. So this is.
I actually didn't know it was 9 frames. That's actually really good to know that it's 9.
Yeah. So jump squat, nair, and then this is the float, entering float, and then this would be double jump. This would be double jump, so for hyper. / sub. But it's 9 or 10 minimum to get it out, and that's assuming you're doing every step of this 6 input thing perfectly.
Yeah.
For this reason, this is why these things, and that's your fastest aerial. So this, if it was bear, for example, this wouldn't be 3, it would be 6. So it would be at that point we're looking at 13, I believe. 12. No,
we're in the red.
Yeah, 12 or 12 and 13 instead. This is it is a big jump. So I think that this is good because that we're catching this, because what this tells me is let me ask you. So these moves sound so slow now when we put it like this. I know they're still relatively quick. They're faster than Falcon aerials. Great. But we don't have the range of him. They're still close to our body relatively speaking. So there's problems with this. Why do you think these moves are still good?
Because they're fast, they have a lot of priority, and they combo well.
You can say what do you mean by fast? We just established they take longer to come.
Well, because when you're, they take long to establish float, but when you're in float, they're quick.
So is it that? But if we're starting from a grounded position, what I'm saying is it takes time to get there, but they're still good in those situations. So what is it about them that makes them good?
Oh, that you have flow cancel, that you can act very quickly out of them.
There we go. So it's the low cooldown that we're really abusing here. So in order for us to abuse the low cooldown, this is just kind of like a thinking puzzle. So in order for us to abuse the low cooldown in this kind of situation, what do we need him to be doing, ideally?
Shield.
Right. What makes him shield?
That's right, a down smash.
Right. So what I want to point out here is these things all work. These things form a system where they work together to steer the opponent into the other one. So we use the down smash, so they hold blocks, so we go for grabs. So we then, or sub float nair or whatever. So then they start doing something else with their landing. Let's say if we are grabbing them because they're holding block, they're probably going to start like spot dodging or buffer full hopping or something. Or they might try to like like probably spot dodge shine, like buffer full hop, like something like buffer roll, something like that. So then we have things like sub float and air. Another thing that is usually represented in this mix up is just dash dancing, because it is like
as we just spoke about.
Exactly, because like if he rolls through us, and we're like moving forward, with like or like we're sub float airing forward or something, it's actually kind of hard to hit this sometimes. Or if we go forward with like, or if we like grab him and he rolls forward, like that's difficult. We want to be able to like judge where he check where he goes if he's committing to like if he's like panic moving. But we also want to be able to cover space, and if we enter our jump and float, certain spaces are cut off. It would be really hard to cover this possible full hop, if we were like floating. Even though we can probably like, with precision, we can probably stay here and cover the roll through. There is going to be parts of his movement suite that we're not really equipped for if we go, even with a low commit thing like sub float. So what I would say here is it's more about like, you don't have to use every single option that she has in this position, but you need to use enough that like you need to use at least enough that you can deal with the common things he does, and that in a way that advances your game plan when you're successful, when you successfully hit him. I made a tweet about Cody's pressure, like mix-ups. Did you happen to see it? I know you reacted to some of them.
I probably did.
Okay. So
I don't remember the tweet exactly, but I'm sure I saw it.
So something that's really cool about Cody, and this is gonna sound insane probably to a Peach player because like it's back air and up smash, but like, so Fox's back air, we can agree that like you basically can't beat it from shield, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you try to like play a shield mix-up or shield mini game against it, like maybe Peach can do it if you're really locked in and you're like aware of like his timings and when he's going and like his descent and stuff. But like as a typical character, and even as Peach, like that is a really difficult.
It's very difficult, yeah.
Yeah. So generally when he's coming down on us with back airs, what is the play? Like we know like low spaced back air is safer than like the fucking Supreme Court. Then like it's like so. What is it that, like, we do instead? We usually move, right? We, like, move out of shield, like, we try to, like, jump away from it, we try to, like, wave dash away, we roll. It's something like that, right?
Yeah.
So, something that you might not have noticed, but that Cody's really good at, is up smashing people when they leave their shield.
I've actually never noticed that.
Yeah. He's actually really good at it. A lot of people don't talk about it because he doesn't go for it as much, like so much that he gets punished for it a lot, but he actually hits a lot of those. And I think that, to me, it looks to me like he's built his shield pressure in a way where it's like, okay, so back air, like, is super stable and consistent in this spot versus, like, in the corner versus an enemy shield. So I want something that gives me the best coverage against, like, out of shield movement in this kind of scenario. But I also want it to be something that interchangeably attacks them if they wave dash away or if they jump away. Like, I want something that does it all. It
covers both options, yeah.
So up smash absolutely fits the bill. And know what the really fucked up part is? How would we beat the up smash? We'd probably hold block, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Well, what's back air good against?
Block.
Yeah.
You're in jail.
Yeah, son of a gun, right? Like, it's just... Wow, it just all works together.
That's so smart.
Yeah, and like there's
cool.
What'll really bake your noodle is that both of those things, like the way he sets up the full hop back air and the way he sets up the up smash, both use the same dash motion to start it. So you can't even tell which one he's doing until like he's already started like until he's either like getting close to your shield or he's like taking off for the full hop. But like when he on the initial dash into you that like sets up all of this, you can't actually know which one he's going for. Because it just looks like the same dash. Until a certain point, it just looks like the same dash.
Yeah, it's I mean, I struggle with just running shine and short hop aerial, I can imagine.
Yeah. So like here, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this recovery. So, why are we naring here? And what's the plan here?
Hit him as he comes down from the platform, but he'll come down with an aerial, and I would lose to it. So.
Well, no. It's the bigger problem here is he doesn't have to come down from the platform.
Yeah, I should pull a turnip.
Or you don't have to necessarily pull a turnip, but yeah, like we want to not commit here because like we're making an assumption that he will come down from the platform, but the reality is once he lands here, until he sees us double jumping out of our full hop or like hanging out under us for the umbrella, he doesn't really have to do anything. So it's like in that situation, we just want to be aware of that and not hang ourselves by assuming something about what he has to do that isn't true. In this situation, even though you missed it, this to me is a much better use of it because like he has to come down from that being launched there. So
I was trying to platform land up smash.
Nice. That makes a lot more sense. So that coverage knowing that was supposed to be up smash, that makes a ton of sense, and I think that was a good idea. But it's that's the difference between like hitting someone in the air though and hitting someone onto a platform. When they're on the platform, they don't actually have to do anything. That's another fair.
Yeah, that's another fair.
So how do we know that this is a fair?
Because he's above me.
Okay, but like how can we measure that in a match though? Because like we want to be able to access this in a way that sticks to us. So like when you see this situation in a match, how are you like what do you normally look for? What are you normally looking for?
I actually don't like to go off stage. I'm trying to do it more. Mm-hmm. But I do think I'm trying to get the Firefox because I think if they're not below the stage, they have a lot of options, and it's very difficult to edge guard on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to go off more, and I went out with Nair.
I think going off here was like very good. I think that was absolutely the right play.
Yeah, I agree. If I have a turnip, I usually will throw turnip to cover ledge, and then I will go, I'll full hop or something.
Mm-hmm. So. Okay, got it. So, like, let's start this further back, then. Let's, like, look at this a little bit further back. So we hit him here. So after we hit him here, what do you want to do after you hit him? Like, how can we, like, do you think that you waiting here is, like, giving you the best odds of, like, covering him?
What do you mean?
It's like, is there a way that we can cover this type of recovery better? Is there a way that we can reach him sooner, basically? Because like here's what I'm noticing. So like we hit him a while ago at this point. Like it's not like you hit him here, and we are actionable from 1, 2, 3, 4. You're actionable on this frame. So I'm not saying you recognizing you can combo here. You might be able to combo here. I'm not expecting you to do that. Like this is like this. That would be an insane link, but it's. Actually, no, he's slightly too far. Yeah, so even I got that wrong. But, like, what I am saying is, though, that he is, like, we are still not moving after we've hit a Fox off stage, which means that we are, like, burning the time, like, his hit stun, like, waiting, instead of setting up our edge guard. So, like, if we know we're going to be going off stage, then what could we be doing instead of standing there?
I like to wait until I see the jump.
Okay. How come?
So that I can, because you know, if he just drops down or shine stalls and then comes up, then I need to stay on that ledge to back air that or to down air. So I have to. I feel like I have to wait for the option. Now if I have a turnip, it's different.
You can pull a turnip. That's a good idea.
I could. And so he's off. And I could pull a turnip right now. Or, like, whenever she's actionable. Yeah.
So this is the 29th frame from when you were actionable. Meaning that you would have the turnip in your hand and be actionable when he is double jumping here.
I think the lesson of today is I just need to be a little quicker when I'm actionable, which we've talked about in the past as well.
Right, but it's not just like but it's not like you won't become quicker. Like, so what I'm trying to get at though is you're not going to become quicker off this kind of nair by just like being quicker off this nair. What you need, because this is a fast interaction. You just hit like a move with no lag on him and sent him off stage. So what I would kind of encourage here is we need to have our plan decided. Like, we need to know what we're doing with that hit before it connects on him. Like, we need to know that, like, if this hits, we are pulling turnip right away. Or if this hits, we are running off and, like, floating, like, and we are running off into float and nairing over here. Like, they have to be, like, decided ASAP. That's, like, the big thing for me. Like, when you complete a play, like, I know we're at time, but don't worry about it, because I want to get your. Let's look for a play here where you hit him. Yeah, so like here.
And, like, I have the turnip there, but and I throw it to cover the illusion, but I probably like he gets there first anyway.
What do you think would happen if we just kept running over?
Well, I wanted the turnip to cover which it didn't matter because.
Well, no, like so like the problem.
No, I see. Yeah.
So what do you see? Describe it. We'll slow this down, actually. So like.
No, you can run it at full again.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So what is it that you see though? So you hit this fair.
Yeah.
So now, what is your like what is?
So I pull this turnip, but so I wave dash and I waste the time wave dashing. I could go full dash. I pull this turnip. He's falling. I don't think I really need to pull the turnip there. I can, because I just don't have the time. I could just go and put pressure on the ledge.
Let me show you. Let me find something. It'll take 2 seconds. I just need to find my chat.
And I do have to go after that because my girlfriend just told me she got locked out. And
oh shit!
It's very hot in Florida. Yeah.
Oh shit! Never mind. Okay, so main takeaways. I think we've established them. Big thing like we have them written down from like the fair stuff. The big thing here is like I think you're right. Like acting like big opportunity.
Yeah, acting quick and yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Acting sooner after like after openers, e.g. like float aerial or whatever, float aerial,
yeah,
etc. Okay, cool.
Sounds good, Coach. I do gotta go. Thank you so much.
No problem. Take care.
Oh
Bye.
my God, it's like 90 degrees. You're the best. Bye.
Bye.